Developed and presented by 체리츠.
Supported by 크로비돌.
시간이 늦어질수록 마음이 우울해지죠.
Hey guys, this is Girl Got Game, and welcome to Nameless. It's a game by Chariots. I was actually interested in playing Dandelion, which is brought to you, which is a game by the same company. This is actually the sequel to that game, but the events in it take place prior to Dandelion, so it was recommended that I should play this game first. And also somebody a few months ago recommended this game for me to play anyways, so I thought, okay, sure, I'll play it. It looks pretty cute, you know? It's about, all I know is that it's about 5 dolls that come to life. And of course they're guy dolls for us to romance. So, yeah, let me just check the options real quick. Okay, I do have the voice thing checked off. I assume that by clicking them, and they're grayed out, that they won't be talking. This game is fully voice acted. It's all in Korean though, and I don't speak Korean. So I turned it off so I could do my own voices on it, so hopefully that will work out okay. And yeah, let's try out a new game. Hello? Okay, there we go. Bit of a delay there. What is the name of your first doll? Oy. I only played with Barbie dolls. I'm assuming this is supposed to be a guy doll, and I refuse to call him Ken. How about we name our doll? Instead of our first doll, how about the first guy that we chased way back in the beginning of this channel? Do you guys remember who that was? Whoops. Grabby! Let's name our doll Grabby. This is gonna be terrible. Okay. Grabby will be our doll. Okay, select a piece. Okay, I can't select these pieces. Also, apparently, there is a recommended order for the guys that you do in this game, so that way you don't learn plot details too quickly, because there is a true ending to this. So, yeah, I'll be doing Lance first. I don't know who Lance is, but let's go meet Lance, I guess. Okay, new game. Tell me your name. Let's bring Cutie back. Why don't we? Alright, Cutie. Let's do it. Prologue. Okay. Blinding white light fills my sight. My arms and legs feel lighter, and soon I feel my body hover. Where am I? Maybe in a dream? I gather the strength to walk forward despite my feet barely touching the ground. No matter how far I go, white space continues without end. I open my eyes but can't see or hear anything. I stop and look around. This place, so pure and clean, but for some reason I feel sad. This place, surrounded by glimmering light white as snow, is breathtakingly beautiful. But such extreme beauty can only belong in another world. Whoa. Blurry figures? I see something blurred far away. I couldn't see properly because of the glaring light coming at me from all directions. All I could make out was a tall person and another slightly shorter. 2 people? Are you really okay with that? Yes? Do you believe? Who are they? Why do they sound like robots? And what are they talking about? I do not know. Your answer does not match your actions. Alright. This is what suits you right now. Do as you please, except remember that you are responsible for the consequences of your choice. Do not forget that everything was done solely by your own will. I understand. Now then, take this. The tall man hands over something. Who were those robots? And the man who took it looked down for a while and slowly turned to my side. His lips seemed to move a little. What? He seems to be talking to me. Let's go a little closer. Suddenly, fierce wind started to rip through. The wind seemed to will me out of this place. Hold on! Not yet! Wait! I haven't... Oh. Along the wind, a myriad of feathers flew around and blocked my sight. I parted through the wind blowing towards me and made my way to him with all the strength I had. The moment I thought I finally reached him, I fell into a bottomless pit along with countless feathers. Oh, it was a dream. I was woken up by the very noisy alarm clock. Ugh, turn that off. Well, thank you. Is it morning? Ugh. But I think I was dreaming about something just until now. I keep tracing my memory, but still fuzzy from sleep, I cannot remember. I don't dream often, so the feeling after having one feels strange. The most recent dream was... Right, it was then. Oh, black and white. It was when Grandpa died, about 3 years ago from now. The day I fell asleep, tired from remembering my grandpa who was no longer by my side, I had a dream about waking up to a peaceful morning with him. In my dream, I saw him smiling and waking me up as always, telling me,
"You'll be late if you don't get up now."
And the next morning, when I realized that his smile was all just a dream... Oh no, this won't do. Let's just think happy thoughts in the morning. Anyway, it's definitely been a long time since I had a dream. I drew the curtains as soon as I got out of bed. The window was slightly wet from the rain last night, but as a result, the sky was incredibly clear. Wow, the weather is so good today, Grandpa. Sorry. The weather is so good today, Grandpa. Isn't today perfect to hang out the laundry? Oh. I stare at the small framed picture on the desk. This house used to be the place where two people, my grandpa and I, used to live. He took care of me, instead of my parents who went abroad for research. I listened to him more after I grew up because I'd lived with him since I was little. Most pictures are of Grandpa and I. Grandpa's smile was in all the pictures pinned at the board above the desk. I cannot even begin to describe the amount of shock I received when he passed away from a chronic illness. Days passed by with me constantly passing out from crying so hard. Aww. Unable to bear seeing me like this, my parents suggested that I move to the States with them. But I shook my head. I didn't want to be a burden to their research, but more importantly, I couldn't leave this house. The house itself was full of memories I had with Grandpa. She's being stubborn. It's serious, honey. She's stubborn like her grandfather. She won't budge. Are you sure you'll be alright? Please don't be like that. You don't have to worry about our work. No, it's really fine. All my friends are here. I want to graduate in Korea. If you say so. Alright. As they commonly say, no parent can persuade a child otherwise. I saw them off and their disappointed smiles, and I became alone in this house. The house is a bit too big to live in by myself. Just a bit. I slowly looked around the living room. Grandpa, it's already been over a year. Time flies by really fast, doesn't it? Around the house, there are still many traces of him other than the pictures. I'm living to the fullest just by myself, so don't worry. At first, I wasn't used to being alone, so every night I blankly stared inside the empty house. And every time it just made me feel more and more lonely. But now everything is alright. Because I have those kids. Kids. I see the desk muddled with diaries and pens, and on the shelf next to it were my most cherished treasures. They are the joys of my life and my precious friends who gave me back my smile. Oh no, are these the dolls that come to life? They're so lifelike. Hey everyone, had a good night's sleep? Mom's right, I really am a carbon copy of Grandpa. He really loved books, and it was his hobby to collect antique books. So the house always smelled of all kinds of books. And in my case, it was my hobby to collect dolls. Crobi is the company that produced these dolls. I call it the company that gives dolls souls. The first day I got to know about Crobi through the internet, I had this intense feeling. After that day, I started collecting the allowance my parents sent me. And finally, one day, as I desperately hoped for, I got my first doll. He died after I bought my first doll, and that's when I devoted myself more to collecting dolls. Oh, okay, Grandpa died. I was like, my doll died after I bought my first doll? Okay. Collecting dolls became more important to my life because I was left alone in this huge empty house. I ended up getting 4 more dolls, and now I have 5 in total. They were quite expensive to buy for the average student, so I had to cut back on other expenses. Okay, start from the top, I guess. Hi, young master. Don't look at me like that. This doll, standing here flaunting his long, shiny silver hair, is Lance, the first doll I ever bought. Okay, so this is Lance. Alright, I'll remember you. Lance is the one doll that always stood by me when Grandpa was alive. Okay. Blonde hair? Good morning. You are cute as usual. The doll with its tiny, delicate face and bashfully gathered hands is Yonho, Crobi's prototype. The day I met him, I was surfing the internet as usual after coming home. But then I saw Yonho being sold in an auction for a ridiculous price, and without hesitating, I clicked the bidding button. Later, when I opened the delivered box containing Yonho, I unconsciously screamed out of happiness. What kind of person was the owner, selling such a pretty doll at such a cheap price? Yonho seems like he will never betray me, even if I love him unconditionally. Even if you... Huh? And that's probably the biggest reason why I bought him. Okay, I was a bit confused by that. A doll with red hair. Hello, warrior. Earth is safe today, all because of you. I mend the hair of a red-haired doll. Meeting Red was special. Named him Red. People were a bit surprised when Crobi announced the action hero type doll Red in their new release conference. Crobi has always been known for their charming and mature male dolls. Amongst all the worry, Crobi recruited testers for Red, and luckily I was selected. When my name was announced, I couldn't believe my ears. But unfortunately, after the conference, Red was not officially released. They only chose one tester to give this doll for free, and that was me. That's awesome. It's still a shame that they did not release the doll afterwards. It would have been nice for him to have gained popularity and be officially released. But as a result, I was the only person in the world who owned Red. But I can't help but feel gloomy every time I look at him. Okay, brown hair. That's brown hair? Look at the weather today. It makes me feel better just by looking. I feel like I'm looking at you. I raise the brunette blonde doll's hand and wave. There's a lot of backstory behind how I was able to get Tay. When Crobi first released Tay, his popularity was beyond imagination. Being limited edition, along with having a dandy and handsome face, brought out an explosive response from the fans. As a result, I failed to purchase it. I could only get him used because he was limited edition, but I'm fine with it. Oh, Tay, your used goods. And finally, I see the tallest doll among the 5. The tall black-haired doll with a slender body and a model-like feel is Yuri. Unlike the existing dolls in Crobi adult line, he seems unrealistic and looks like a mature adult male. The number of visitors still explodes when I post pictures of you on the blog. It was Yuri who saved my blog from wasting away to rot. I receive a lot of comments when I upload pictures of him. Whatever, I think I like that too. His broad shoulders and beautiful figure oozes sexiness. It's as if he's telling us with his body, I am cool. I doubt more explanation is needed. Okay, so we get it. You got a major thing for Yuri. Stop looking. Money was a bit tight from the expense, but I have 0 regrets. Anyway, the new shoes should arrive today. To whom should I put them on first? I straighten myself and stretch. The 5 dolls watch in silence. Excuse me. Although they are lifeless dolls, it has become a habit to talk to them like this. Darn, I'll be late. I have to get ready. The clock was heading towards 8. I picked up my uniform sprawled on the floor and was heading out the door when I suddenly halted. I hurried back to my room and said goodbye to the dolls. Watch the house, everyone. I'll be back. They said nothing in return, but I said bye as if they were real people. Ugh! Made it! I was able to make it on time after catching the last bus. Bus? I was in ruins after surviving the crowded bus, but all that matters is that I wasn't late. I'm really going to wake up early, starting from tomorrow. Otherwise I'll die like this. I pledge this every day, but I've never actually done it. Alright, we've got something in common. Okay, every question mark thing is going to be a robot voice until I know who it is. Oh, did the UFO rise from the west today? Fix your hair. Although it really is a talent having your hair stick up like that in different directions every morning. Huh? Oh. Hi, good morning. I sit on my desk, pressing my stuck-up hair back to my head. She approaches the seat next to me. The way she sweeps her shiny, voluptuous curls or the way she drops her eyes reek of elegance. All you have to see is her fearless voice and confident moves to notice her self-assured personality. Okay. Soy.
Good morning to you, too. What do you do every night that makes you barely come here on time? Do you have a secret boyfriend or something?
Well, I do have doll boyfriends. Oh my goodness, we have such a problem. Last night I was so absorbed with taking pictures of the dolls that I went to bed at dawn. Shinbi? Hey. I hear another voice behind me. I turn around to see a girl with short, boyish hair right behind my back. She's cute. Girls in the class stirred as they saw her standing slanted with her hands in her pockets. Hi, Shinbi. Soy, Shinbi, and I are called the trio in this class. Soy and Shinbi were childhood friends since they were little, and I became friends with them after I entered this academy. I never thought I'd be friends with them at first because of their gorgeous and showy looks. Yeah, at first.
So what do you think?
What? Sorry, I missed it. Say that again? Hey, I was talking here. Are you staring at... No, wait. Soy... This is Soy. Okay, I gotta remember. Your names are too similar.
Hey, I was talking here. Are you staring at nothing again? Anyways, about this here. Which design looks better to you?
Soy handed me a magazine. Hot. Top 5 cute dresses in trend for girls. The gorgeous model posing in a pretty dress looks familiar. Hey, it's Shinbi. The name of the model written in the bottom left of the page looks familiar too. Shinbi. Ever since Shinbi was street cast, she has often missed classes for modeling work. Soy tells me she has a lot of fans and is quite popular nowadays. But Shinbi herself doesn't seem to be into those things.
Anyway, Shinbi, you're everywhere in the magazines nowadays. Isn't it hard?
A bit. It's okay, though.
You have it tough. You should have said no like I did.
Soy was beside Shinbi when she was cast, and Soy was offered too, but refused right at the spot. If you model, won't you be able to meet cute male models? I asked her why later on, and she replied like this.
You have a long way to go, my friend. Modeling isn't it. I can't be satisfied with just looking. I want something on a higher level. Yes, I'd rather be a designer who can touch the models as much as she wants.
After that, I didn't listen carefully.
God, it's so bright. I was wondering why today was so quiet.
She turned her head towards the flashlight. Countless phones were flashing through the windows in the hallway. It's a sight that has become common due to Shinbi's rising popularity. Everyone seems to have waited for this moment.
They're more desperate because Shinbi missed class a lot last week. Even I just barely said hi at the cafeteria last week. Hey, why did you come to school that day if you weren't going to come to class?
To buy milk. There's one that's only sold here. Yep.
Right. Oh yeah, speaking of the cafeteria, I almost had a heart attack this morning.
A heart attack? Why?
Ugh, okay, listen. We were heading to the cafeteria because Shinbi said she wanted strawberry milk.
Okay.
Do you really want to drink 2 of those in the morning?
In front of you.
What?
In front of you.
What's in front of... Ah!
Yes? What? Are you is this a guy or a woman? Okay, question marks are robots. It's morning, and already it's noisy. Okay, it's a mister.
Mr. Eugen! What is that?
You've been screaming and it's loud. I can still hear you without you yelling. What's the big fuss about?
Blood! 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 You're covered in blood! And what's that in your hands? Is that a knife? Is it?
Call 911.
What? Oh, this. It's nothing. This is. Here.
Ew! Get that away from me! Huh? It's...
Ketchup.
Yes, ketchup. I wanted a burger for breakfast, but it was too big to eat, so I cut it with this surgical knife. Some got on my clothes. Why are you guys standing like that? Oh, do you guys want some? Okay, I'll share. Follow me to the infirmary. Oh, and Shinbi, since you're coming anyways, I would love to have a serious chat about your fibula.
Ah! Oh, that reminds me, I was on a diet. We'll be off then. Adieu, Mr. Eugen.
Wait.
Oh my goodness.
I really almost had a heart attack. Why did he have to eat a burger in the morning? And...
Oh, so I punched the table.
why in the world did he use a surgical knife to cut food? How do they take care of the equipment here? I mean, why is there a surgical knife in the first place? We don't even learn anatomy. Really? I was crazy to have had a crush on him just for his looks.
Oh dear. Weren't cute looks all that mattered?
What are you talking about? Good looks are just necessary for starting love. What comes next is more important for true love.
Excuse me. Soy's voice is killing me.
Listen carefully. Appearance is simply the first gate guys have to pass. The second gate is being normal. Mr. Eugen failed to pass the second one.
I nod. I agree that he's not normal.
Do you know what the third gate is?
What is it?
It's manners, manners. Oh, but if they don't pass the fourth gate, all of those are useless. The fourth one is...
Soy's eyes glimmered.
capability! But again, if they can't pass the fifth gate, it's just like spraying soy sauce onto a beautifully cooked steak. The fifth gate is... Hey, you listening?
I just hope that someone manages to pass all those gates before she becomes a wrinkly grandmother.
Now that I think about it,
Yeah?
the school nurse was looking for you.
What?
Oh, right! He said you should stop by the infirmary.
What? Thanks for telling me so quickly.
No biggie. Miss Health Commissioner, have a safe trip. I wish you good luck.
Alright, thank you. I stood up weakly. As I walked, drowned in my thoughts, I quickly arrived in front of the infirmary. I should listen to Soy and stop staring at nothing. I tapped both my cheeks with my hands. You looked for...
Oh, Beatrice, look at that beautiful fourth lumbar vertebrae. Oh, Beatrice, how can you be this enchanting? There cannot be another woman more beautiful than you.
The handsome guy was embracing a skeleton model and ardently confessing his love in the morning. He's so good looking. What a shame. Darn shame. There are more than a few people who are blessed with good looks, but miserably fail at using them. Would others think like this of me playing with dolls? Probably. Let's make sure no one knows. My belief that some hobbies should remain a secret was not wrong. Mr. Eugen, I heard you ask for me. He looked at me with bitter eyes for interrupting their private quality time. Sorry. Apparently he put his glasses back on, too. He looks dandy as always. Just the looks.
Oh, a student. I asked for you some time ago, and now here you are.
He had me run errands that often, but still doesn't... He had me run errands that often, but still doesn't know my name. He doesn't know the name of most kids. Oh, but he did seem to remember Soy and Shinbi's names. Probably because they're pretty? Of course, his idea of beauty is a bit different from those of others. I mean, he was just confessing his love to a skeleton. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Well, alright. Move that guy to the prep room.
He pointed at the upper body anatomy model he frequently used during classes. His name was, I think, Christopher. Whenever I ran errands, he often told me all kinds of stories. One of them was about Christopher. Christopher is apparently Beatrice's half-brother. Mr. Eugen is honestly annoyed with him, but he takes care of him because Beatrice adores him. Such a tear-jerking story. I don't think I can carry this alone. Although the model was just the upper body, it was too heavy for a girl to carry home, alone. I picked the model up in quite an unattractive pose. He didn't give me a single glance, despite me struggling to pick it up.
Well, Mr. Eugen, I'll be heading out. Oh, Beatrice, how can you have such beautiful shoulder blades? How can you seduce me like this? I already adore every single particle of you.
I should close the door when I head out. Not another weird teacher person. Some kids who were passing by heard his voice through the open door and started whispering. Some argued that it didn't matter because he looks cute. If I'm not to ruin my life with just one choice, I would quit thinking that. Someone else said that he's too creepy and asked if he's not crazy. I agree.
Oh, heavy.
Christopher, this model was indeed too heavy for a girl to carry. The only reason why I can manage to carry it is because my trained arm muscles are used to carrying 2-kilogram dolls every day. Ugh, so many boys pass by, but no one even looks. No one notices me because I'm too ordinary anyways. Things would be different for Soy and Shinbi. Soy would have shoved the boys around like a queen, and for Shinbi, girls would have volunteered to help. I smirked at imagining all that. I don't really feel bitter, though. I agree, too, that their looks attract people. Oh no, recess will be over soon. I should hurry up. I'm here. Guys, I'm back. I'm tired. I throw myself into the sofa without even taking my uniform off. As I bury myself in the comfy sofa, I felt as if all my sore muscles were screaming. God, my shoulders. Tomorrow I'm definitely not going, even if Mr. Eugen asks for me. All I do is suffer. I turned around on the sofa. As usual, I blankly stared at the ceiling, even though I have a TV I could watch. There's so much to do, but I don't even want to move a finger. I have to take out the trash and wash my uniform, but I don't want to move at all. I have days like that. I overworked myself today. I ran in the morning so I wouldn't be late. I carried around a heavy model, and I even survived the hellish cafeteria during lunch. I just want to rest and sleep like this. But the list of chores kept swimming in my head, so I couldn't just stay still. I can't just lie down like this. Let's finish cleaning quickly and then lie down. I gathered my sluggish strength and stood up. This house Grandpa left me was too big to live by myself. An educator and a book lover, Grandpa had many books. He moved to larger and larger houses to keep all those books and eventually settled in this mansion. Sounds like my kind of guy. When Grandma was alive, they often fought over those books. Even I never saw all the books in the house, and there were rooms I couldn't enter because of them. Thanks to them, cleaning was always difficult. But I have no intention of throwing them away. Even if Grandpa passed away, since his memories are in those books, they are precious to me as well. Shall we start with the living room? I took off my uniform and got the vacuum cleaner. Huh? Was someone expected? Who is it? Delivery! Delivery? Oh, I was expecting something. Shoes, I think. Thank you! As soon as I got the package, I headed to my room. Yay! I've been waiting for this a long time. Oh, those are nice shoes. In the box was a splendid handmade suit and a pair of black boots. They were no bigger than my hands, but were as intricate as those of humans. Well, I can always clean later. Doll fans have different priorities from normal people. If you buy something new, you naturally have to set everything else aside and try it on the doll and take pictures. I laid down the dolls from the shelf and tried this and that on them. Pretty as expected, the wait was worth it. The room quickly turned into a mess while I dressed the dolls into pretty clothes. I long forgot I had been cleaning just a while ago. I drown in my own thoughts as I look around the room full of doll props. Other people will find it strange that I play with dolls even though I'm not a child. If they see a grown-up student still collecting dolls, they'll think she's juvenile. And if they find out the dolls are quite expensive, they'll think it's more bizarre. But I don't think I'm weird, so I have no desire to be understood by others. Sometimes it gets a bit uncomfortable and lonely, but I don't have much problem with making excuses like now. But if there's one thing that bothers me, it's not being able to tell my friends. Soy and Shimby would never guess this side of me. I thought of the friends who are always by my side. I put the dolls on the shelf and plopped down on the bed. Hey guys, if I tell Soy and Shimby the truth, what would they say? The dolls silently look at me. Well, I've gotten this far anyways. All I have to do is keep up like this. I stretch as far as I can on purpose to shake off all the worries. After stretching my muscles, I suddenly feel the fatigue flood over me. I have to finish cleaning.